One.
Hello, I'm Josh Savage with Uptown Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the top 10 most common questions that were asked in regards to boilers and hot water heating systems. The most common question we get is, how long should a boiler last? I always say that a new boiler is going to last somewhere between 30 and 50 years. Now, we've seen boilers last up to 100 years, some of the really old ones, but the older they are, the less efficient they operate and the less reliable they become over time, where typically we find that homeowners replace most boilers proactively, so the system's still working. It's just that they want to do it before it becomes a no-heat emergency on New Year's Eve, so to speak. So another question we get oftentimes is what kind of maintenance does the boiler require and how often should it be done? Now, we always say that with any heating or cooling piece of equipment, a technician should come out once a year to go through the system. Make sure, one, it's safe, two, that all the maintenance that the manufacturer recommends is being performed, and then three, maximizing the efficiency of the system so that, if your boiler is rated for 95-96% efficiency, that you're getting 95-96% efficiency, not 80 or 85% efficiency, which you really are getting what you paid for that way, and maximizing every dollar of energy that you buy. Another question that we get is what can a homeowner do as far as boiler maintenance goes? And the big things that a homeowner can do to ensure that your system is operating properly and good homeowner maintenance is to bleed out all the radiators in the house, maintain the pressure in the boiler at 12 to 15 pounds of pressure, and then keep the area around the boiler clear of storage items and stuff like that, and keep it clean too, as far as maybe vacuum it with a shop vac, sweep up the floor and stuff like that. Things like that, by keeping it clean around the boiler, that minimizes the dust, dirt, and debris that goes up and inside the boiler. So just something good that we recommend to do that way. Another question we get is efficiency. What's my old system running at, and what are some of the new efficiencies of the new boilers? Now, typically we find that an older boiler is probably at 65 to 75% efficiency. Typically is what we find. And that new boilers will be somewhere between 80 and 95% efficient, depending on the product that you're using that way. But most of the new boilers fall into two product categories: what we call standard efficiency boilers that vent up your existing chimney, and then high efficiency boilers which vent out the side of your house. And those are typically 95% efficient, and then the ones that go up your chimney are about 80 to 84% efficient. Another question we get is how big are the new boilers? Are they going to be a lot smaller than my old boiler? And the newer the boiler, the smaller the footprint that it occupies. If your boiler was installed 50 to 100 years ago, you're going to gain a lot more space. Now, some of the new high efficiency boilers are actually so small they mount right on the wall, like a large shoebox mounted right on the wall. The other question we get is with a new boiler, can we move it into a new location? With the old boiler, it kind of sits in a spot that takes up a lot of space, and we'd like to gain a little bit more space in our old basement. And yes, we can move it. A standard efficiency boiler that connects into your chimney can be moved maybe 3 to 5 feet in any given direction, typically. And a high efficiency boiler, one of the big advantages of the high efficiency product is we mount it right to the wall, and we can pretty much move it anywhere you want in the basement. And that's a big advantage. Another question we get is, what sort of radiator options are out there? Do we have to use cast iron radiators, or we're looking to add heat to the basement, or add heat to a third floor, or we want to get more heat in the kitchen? So it's very common to add in-floor heat to a kitchen or to a bathroom. To a basement, a lot of times we'll put in European-style flat panel radiators. And what that is they look, it's a European look to them, and they're very cost-effective to install in basements and oftentimes in third-floor additions or remodels that way. The other thing that we have is hot water baseboard too. Extremely efficient and very cost-effective to put in. Another common question we get is, how long is it going to take to put in our new boiler or our new system? And are we going to be without heat for multiple days? A typical boiler is installed in one day, where we get there between 7 and 7:30 in the morning, And sometime between 2 and 5 in the afternoon, we got your whole system up and running again. Now, if your boiler is covered in asbestos, an asbestos abatement company has to come out and remove the asbestos in the old boiler before we can do that. Typically, that takes them a day to take out the old boiler covered in asbestos, and it takes us 1 day to put in the new boiler. And so that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea there of what the timeline looks like. I hope this is helpful, and if you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call. Thank you.